Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 4 of ELU GCC versus REV. I will be your play by play tonight. My name is Ruckus, and joining me in the analyst position is Solomon Khan.
What's up?
All right, Solomon, both teams are getting ready for draft right now. You have any initial thoughts on this matchup between these two teams?
Um, I'm interested to see how the top lane of Rev performs. I do not think I've seen him play. Actually, I don't think I've seen a Rev game, so I'm very interested to see what we'll see out of him on the top lane going against a vet in Neffel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw Kim Hodgin play. I think he's pretty solid. I think this will be a pretty good matchup for him. Just to see where he stands in the top laners in the league. Um, obviously, it's going to be Stormblade versus Nightmare Seta in the mid lane. It's going to be another huge matchup. We know Stormblade tends to be pretty pop off in these sorts of matchups. It's going to be uh really on Nightmare Seta to make sure that he positions well in lane and doesn't overextend in trades, because Stormblade is the kind of player that you give him a small lead and it's a snowball effect, right? And definitely don't want to see that if you're rooting for Rev tonight. That's how these games get out of hand.
Right. I think Nightmare Seta though has. I think he's gone against Storm probably enough to know how to play out the lanes. Hopefully.
So I just got a phone call that Nightmare Seta's power is actually out right now. So little tough situation for Rev right now. I do believe they have a few minutes.
I guess worst case, I don't know. You can sh- join Discord on his phone and or at least run draft off of there. That's think that's some great timing right there.
He is already chickened out of the Stormblade matchup, but he's informed me that his entire street is allegedly out. Hopefully, power gets back up for Nightmare setup pretty soon. Um, while we wait, RuneScape. What do you think, Solomon Khan, of the bot lane matchup of Spirit Tracks and Nubity for the side of GCC versus Sadist and Zippy?
um, I think will be pretty interesting. I mean, we saw Sadis last season, and he looked pretty decent. Uh, so I believe he was a Twitch player too. So I'm curious if they'll prioritize that for him or not. I think the bot matchup could be pretty volatile because I know Spirit Tracks likes to play pretty aggressively, so we could see a lot of action on the bot side.
I think it really depends on how Nubity plays as to how aggressive Spirit Tracks is. Because I've played against Spirit Tracks a lot, and he tends to play pretty passively, in my opinion. Um,
Mhm.
until mid game fights, he really likes to build CS leads and dominate bot lane through just getting a gold advantage off CS. Because honestly, his CSing is cracked. I think it's best in the league. I think that's shown the last couple of weeks as well. Getting a couple of weekly awards for CSing. So that is he definitely likes to play like that and take that advantage into these mid game fights for GCC.
Right. I do believe both supports like to play enchanters, and so maybe we might not end up seeing a whole lot. I guess how much action we see will be completely dependent on the ADCs if they're both playing
Right.
enchanters.
It is a pretty heavy enchanter meta right now, besides the stray Amumu in the bot lane.
Right.
And of course, Nautilus Leona are still really good in the meta as well. Um, but enchanters have definitely been top prio in the bot lane.
Right.
It
I
looks
th-
like they're gonna try and get a sub. Why am I getting? Who is this? I don't know who you are. Don't invite me to a league game. Um, we need a fifth UN. Sorry, casting series.
I think the teams are generally pretty even on what they want to do, with them having probably a tank in the jungle, a safe late game ADC, enchanter support, uh, and I guess whatever mid lane.
Right. Um, Pretty interested to see what Rev's strategy going into ban phase is going to be. If it's going to be 5 bans toward mid, if Kim Hajin feels comfortable playing into the Urgot, if they throw a ban towards Neffel on that, get him on one of his other signature picks. Um, I don't. I think you and I both know that both Stormblade and Spirit Tracks are really too good to be banned out. It's really about Rev trying to create matchups that they think are favorable.
Right.
Real quick, piano. Okay. All right. So, quick update for everybody. There is going to be an emergency mid lane sub for game one for Rev. If you're just joining us, Nightmare Setta's power went out, and he is not going to be available at least for game one, maybe even for game two. We're really unfortunate right now for Rev.
Yeah, not really what you want to see right before the game starts.
It's extremely unlucky. The league gods are not smiling down upon Nightmare Setta for abusing Vex and solo queue the last 2 weeks. Honestly, this is what he deserves, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the bright side of it is that it didn't happen during game. So I guess at least they have a at least they have a
A little
chance now.
silver lining.
Yeah, gotta look for those.
The worst part about this cast is I don't get to hear Ruckus and Solomon cast. My guy, you just get to watch the VOD back later, newbie.
It looks like they brought in the Mr. Nice Guy. Uh, not sure who that is.
Plat 2. Let's look up some op.gg to see what this guy plays. op.gg.
It's looking like a Talia. Some Talia, maybe. I don't know if this is Zillion mid or support. Some Syndra, Lissandra.
Seems pretty solid. Has a pretty good spread of champions played, so
Yeah.
should be pretty serviceable. Gonna have to see how well he plays within Rev's team structure. Um, but should be a good pickup for them. Luckily, they did get the emergency sub. Does the emergency sub mean they drop a game to GCC? Good question. Looks like GCC are fine with the emergency sub, so there will be no Rev will not be dropping a game.
GCC showing some mercy for the power outages.
Less up.
Heart of Golds.
All right, looks like both teams are readying up for draft, and we can get the show on the road.
Wow.
Wow,
An
wow, wow,
instant
wow, wow, wow.
instant Seraphine ban.
Has Zippy been abusing Seraphine?
I don't know, broken champ, I guess.
2 support bans.
Wow. Okay.
GCC did not want to see the Seraphine. They did not want to see Zippy on the Karma. Two very impactful supports right now. Rev is going to respond with Urgot and Twitch and Trundle, and GCC rounds it out with a Ziggs ban. GCC first picks Sivir. Pretty standard.
I would say. I'm not sure who plays Ziggs on Rev unless it's Sadist. 'Cause I did not see that from the Mr. Nice Guy, but
Hmm. There's no way Zippy plays support Ziggs, right?
who knows? Who knows, honestly?
So we are going to see the Zillion. Now, traditionally, this could be a flex pick, but just looking at the Mr. Nice Guy's OP.GG, he does play a lot of Zillion mid. It could still be a flex for the side of Rev, though, as they have 10 seconds left to pick their second champion, which is going to be Nyla.
Very interesting. Very interesting. We do see a typical bot lane on the side of GCC with the Sivir Lulu
Pretty
and
sure
Victor.
Nubity played a perfect game of Lulu last week. I could be wrong, but he has been showing a lot of favoritism towards this pick. They are gonna go ahead and pick up Stormblade the Victor. Now, uh, as we do wait for the Soraka. Okay, so confirmed Zillion mid. Uh, Solomon Khan, can you quickly just break down the Sivir Lulu versus Nyla Soraka bot lane? Who do you think the advantage and goes to?
I kind of have no clue. Haven't been against the Nyla bot, but uh, I would honestly maybe say the Sivir Lulu. Uh, but I assume it would be they'll just farm it out for the most part, and Nyla would be more of the one to engage in. But I would
Right.
honestly think Sivir Lulu would win it.
ISO Square's got your back in the ring right now. He is confirming Sivir Lulu till
Yeah,
6.
that's just what I would think. I would definitely like to see GC pick up a tank, and I don't think it'll be from Neff. It'll probably be from Donut because right now they have a pretty nasty backline with a lot of damage.
Right. GCC rounds out their bands with Sejuani Poppy. Rev responds with Belvith and Quinn.
Mm.
Yeah, Nyla does tend to be pretty all in, and with a Raka in her back pocket, I think it's pretty nasty. Level 6 engage. Rev is going to go ahead and lock in the J4 for jungle position
Mm.
for Communist Sejuani. Pretty reliable jungle. Good setup, pretty impactful ult. Uh, I think it meshes pretty well with the rest of Rev's team comp as well.
Yeah, I think they definitely are going to want some damage on the top lane though. Uh, unless Cillian kind of gets ahead, he's not going to be doing a whole lot, so it's kind of all on Nyla right now.
All
We
right,
do see an Ornn from GCC though.
Stormblade is listening to the call right now, and the call came through Ornn for Neffel
Okay.
and Donut PvP on Nocturne. I like that pick for Donut.
Yeah, doing a little swapping around. No more Trundle for Donut, so he gets
Yeah,
to do some damage now.
I think the Trundle worked obviously for them last week,
Hmm.
but the Nocturne I think is a lot more impactful, especially into J4. We know Stormblade likes to play around with the mid jungle 2v2. I think Nocturne offers Victor a lot versus the Zillion J4. And Kim Hodgin is going to be on the set.
Both respectable drafts, I think. I think GCC has a pretty standard comp, tried and true, and Rev has a bit of a pretty much all-in comp that if they can a little bit of wombo combo, if they can get it going, could be pretty nasty.
Right. Honestly, I the Stormblade has been known to draft pretty solid comps. This is no exception. Very, very solid comp. Sivir Lulu in the bot lane, Victor mid, Nocturne, Ornn rounding it out. It's just very solid on paper. I think it's very easy for them to execute. The way they played these fights is pretty straightforward as well. Uh, a lot of a lot of potential on the side of Rev as well. I like it.
Mhm.
I really want to see how the Mr. Nice Guy plays the Zillion mid into Storm. He is the wild card right now for Rev, right?
Right.
So it's a lot of unknown. We haven't seen a lot of Zillion mid gameplay or none at all, honestly, I think, in this league. So I think it can be really impactful, especially with uh Set and J4 setting up for this team. I I potentially think Rev can keep the Nyla alive long enough with Zillion and Soraka that these team fights could get a little uncomfortable for the side of GCC.
Right.
That being said, I think if it goes past 30 minutes, the scaling from Victor and Sivir might be a little too much for Rev to deal with.
Yeah, I think it'll end up coming down to team fight execution. Uh, I do. I mean, we haven't seen really how Rev's top side will play with them all kind of being new to the E League. So I am very curious to how they'll end up playing.
Right. And in Stormblade led teams are almost always centered around the way for success for LLW or GCC is going to be solid team fight strategy, and I think they're gonna have it. I think they practice pretty regularly. There have been ever since season 4 started for ELU, I have seen the side of GCC queued up a lot practicing. So I think they're gonna have fundamentals down pretty down pat. So it's really gonna be on Rev to limit early game mistakes, play solid league fundamentals, and try and get into the mid game as even as possible. Otherwise, I think it's gonna fall downhill pretty quick because I think the team fighting from GCC could be just a little too much for them to deal with.
Right. I guess it depends if they'll be able to get onto the back line for the team fights or not. 'Cause if they kind of go in for the back line and don't end up getting them, they're going to be in a bad position, and it could be a pretty bad fight for them in that case. I would like to see the Jarvan at least gank the set once early to kind of get him snowballing the lane. I do believe set can beat Ornn.
Yes, Set does win into Ornn, uh, and if they can get that going in the top lane and leave Kim Hajin to snowball that lane, that frees up Communist Sejuani to apply pressure mid and bot, try to secure some drags. Win condition is going to be through Soul pretty heavily. Rev is going to need all the advantages they can get. And again, the wild card here is going to be the Zillion and how well he plays into Stormblade. Vision's going to be very important in this game, keeping Vision up, being aware of where the Nocturne is at all times. A lot of things for Rev to think about as we are a minute away from getting into game. I will say, as a Soraka enjoyer, I do like Zippy on the Raka. I want to see how he executes it with the Nyla.
Yeah, it's kind of putting a lot on Nyla's back. The Nyla's set really. 'Cause you do have just a Zillion as Rocket, but I do know if Zillion gets ahead, he can actually dish out some damage. Uh, kind of depends how he ends up playing it.
Right. I just think for the side of GCC, I think their bot lane's just always gonna have prio with the Sivir Lulu, and it's gonna make getting drags really hard for the side of Rev. Um, I it, I just don't see Nyla Soraka being able to keep any sort of prio into that lane.
I would agree. Uh, and pre-6, pretty sure Nocturne beats out J4 too. So definitely probably would want to have J4 look for top side. Maybe try to just trade Rift for Dragon.
All right, taking all bets, loading in game. Oh, never mind.
I'm
We
so
don't
quick.
get the black screen.
Oh,
Riot's finally got it fixed. Let's go.
I've seen your death. It was painful.
I knew that the spectator would work. It has always seemed like there's always been an issue when loading into games initially, that there's always just the black screen of doom.
we do see a Cole for Spirit Tracks and a Tier for Storm, so it kind of looks like they're just gonna really just play for late and not really try to do a whole lot early.
Right. Stormblade already setting some tempo. Got a little bit of a stack already on that tier.
We do see Nyla with a Doran's shield, so I guess he's assuming that. I guess he doesn't want to get poked out of the lane. So I guess it doesn't really look like they're gonna be trying to fight a whole lot bot lane, honestly.
Right, so probably going to see a lot of J4 action, swapping in between top and mid for the side of Rev. I imagine that Spirit Tracks, ooh, in a little bit of a tough situation, but is going to get out there. Zillion Bomb went a little wide. I imagine that Spirit Tracks will have that cult completed around, I'm going to call my shot around 10:30, 11 minutes into the game.
We'll get earlier.
Yes, he will. Man is cracked on farming, especially on Sivir. We do see Zippy taking a little trade in the bot lane. Nubity is kiting this out really well. Not really great start for the side of Rev. I think Raka could probably heal that up. She continues to land these Qs well. Yeah,
I think it's fine for her. She's got Doran's shield. She'll heal it up for the most part, and once Soraka hits 2, then they'll definitely be able to just out sustain the poke. Probably be Sivir runs out of mana before they can really get them in kill range.
we are going to see an early J4 gank in the mid lane, but we are back in the bot lane for more level 2 action here. Zippy is getting chunked out, forced to flash out there. No other sums burned in the bot lane. J4 gank mid was unsuccessful, did not even get Stormblade's flash. And Raka is healing that up quite well. Set getting a lot of poke in on Neffel.
Soraka stepped a little bit too far forward, ended up having to burn flash. Not really what you want to see early, but I imagine it would be pretty hard to punish it early.
Right, unless there's a timely Nocturne gank. Knock up onto the set. Silence goes down. It's not going to quite be enough damage to get Nubity. Spirit Tracks is kiting this out well, continuing to poke out Zippy. Donut is doing his Krugs currently. He is on this side of the map. Raka is still very heavily chunked out. Again, Neffel is going to land the knockup onto Kim Hodgin, who gets pretty low, but does have a timely W on set.
Yeah, big trading from top and bot. Honestly, a lot more trading in the bot than I thought there would be.
This is not a good angle for Rev. Zippy does not have flash. Wow. Donut does flash over it. Barrier does go down. It's not going to be enough damage. Donut, you are going very deep, my guy. Exhaust goes down. Polymorph does land on Nyla. They're all super chunked out. Spirit Tracks with the flash. He secures first blood, but with his life. What a play.
Wow. A lot happened there. Pretty decent flash from Donut, just not really able to get close enough to Soraka, and then yeah, I think overall Rev is going to be happy with that, with Nylef still being allowed to catch the wave.
Oh no, Kim Hajin forced the flash out here. Neffel still does have his flash though. Playing a little bit with fire here. He should have set W back up now though, so he could potentially look for the outplay there with that. Raka with the barrier though, pretty impactful there to deny Donut that flash kill. Again, Kim Hajin looking for the pull. Neffel is now forced to flash out. Kim Hajin with just a sliver of health is going to be pretty happy to recall there. Looking at about a 13 CS lead. Does have teleport as well to get back to lane. Is actually going to opt to stay. The set regen.
He's got the set regen. I think he's going to be happy to burn the Ornn flash after he had his flash blown also, and then I guess they were trading hard in the mid lane, because we do see both of them expending TPs for, I believe it was just an Amplifying Tome and a Dark Seal.
Amina Sejuani is in the bot lane. They are looking to get onto Sivir, but she's too speedy with the Ghost. Nubity also forced to flash out here. Can't quite look for too much else there. Rocket Q goes wide, not going to be more heals. Stormblade opting to go with the Dark Seal. That tells us his thought process on this mid lane matchup.
Yeah, he's probably just going to be looking to roam and pick up assists. Hopefully get value out of it. Man, we're seeing a lot of action. Almost every summoner blown in the game.
Polymorph does land on Nyla. She does get the dash out though. Zippy and the gang are there as well. This is there has been a lot of trading going on in this game so far, Solomon Khan.
Yeah, only the mid lanes have flashes. Those are the only summoners up besides set TP, so definitely a lot happening, but not really a whole lot coming out of it with only 1 kill for each.
It's been a lot of clean gameplay so far. Donut is going to get caught out here. It does, excuse me. Zillion bombs do land on Donut, followed by knockup from Communist Sejuani. That's going to be a kill for her. Not bad. Just abusing that flash cooldown that Donut used in the bot lane earlier. Good, solid League of Legends. Ornn does go unstoppable. Big knockup, but Set is just getting the better of Ornn in these trades. Rev looking to secure first mountain drag here.
Yeah, pretty good play out of Rev, honestly. I don't know really where they saw the Nocturne, if they saw him on the red or if it was just good tracking, but really good job catching him out and net some Achillean the Dragon.
Big play. It does secure them drag. I like the heads up there from Rev. And just keeping in mind these flash timers and trying to take advantage of any sort of opportunities that they can get. This is going to be the key to their victory in this game if they can keep that up and limiting mistakes. Just taking a quick look here. Ornn does go unstoppable. I think Kim Hajin can still turn this. Ornn ultimate does come down. Stormblade is in the top lane. Ornn is going to live, and Donut is going to slay Kim Hajin. Good roam up there from Donut and Stormblade. Not what you want for the side of Rev.
Right, and Zillion wasn't able to really even get the wave in, so nice pattern in mid lane, roam from Stormblade.
We are not playing any flexes by chance tonight, my guy. Maybe tomorrow night. Yeah, I think for Mr. Nice Guy, if you notice your laner is missing for that long, and you're not going to be able to get any sort of impactful play in time, Victor ulti does come down. It is not going to get him. Then you definitely just need to look to try and get that mid lane shoved all the way in and deny Stormblade as many creeps as possible. We do have 6 now for the side of Rev in the bot lane. Nubity is still level 5. Nice Guy has no mana here. It's going to be close, but he is going to get out. Communist Sejuani is there to hold the lane as well. Maybe trying to look for a little too much. Silence does go down. No polymorph yet from Nubity. He's still holding on to it. Nyla is level 7 here.
Yeah, Donut is on the bot side too. I believe his ult's not quite up.
Right, and Rev does have all summoner spells up as well. Jesus.
You did see Storm moving a little bit as well.
Things to be mindful of. Not quite a lot of vision yet on that bot side from the side of Rev. I think Donut could have possibly just cleared it out. Zippy's moving up now as well to clear out vision. Not a lot of vision laid down for Stormblade either. He normally likes to play with a lot of vision. Double stun does land from Zillion onto Stormblade. Pretty chunked out here, no mana as well. Donut is there to hold the wave, potentially if he doesn't finish the recall. And Rev is going to secure the Rift as well.
Yeah, pretty good play from Mr. Nice Guy.
A little bit of trading going on in the bot lane. Sivir ulti is in. Exhaust goes down onto the Sivir. They need to be careful here. Soraka is getting chunked out, but she is keeping Nyla alive for now, and she does engage here. Big ulti goes down and forces the flash out of Sivir. Lulu ulti comes down as well, and is it going to be enough damage? And Spirit Tracks is going to slay Sadis, and Zippy is running for his life. There is Stormblade there as well. Forces both flashes out. Oh no. And here comes Donut on the Nocturne to slay Zippy. This time, kill secured. We're not done yet. There is trading going on in the top lane. Ornn ulti is going to come down, but it's not going to matter because Kim Hajin ults Ornn out of his way. But he is getting chunked out here. Is he going to have enough? He does have the W, and it... Oh my goodness. Neffel kills Kim Hajin. More flashes forced out here as GCC look to get set up on this drag.
Yeah, tragedy for the side of Rev. I'm not sure if I saw correctly, but it kind of looked like Sivir got a crit there for the final auto onto Sadis. Otherwise, I believe he would have gotten the kill.
It was very
like
close. It was very close. And we are actually moving into 12 minutes into the game, and Spirit Tracks has not completed that cull. Inefficient pathing?
Yeah, I think a bit too much trading from him. Should have focused more on the farm. Complete the cull. A little disappointed, honestly.
A little disappointment. He is sitting at a nice 2-1-1 though, so can't be too upset with that. GCC are in the driver's seat now after about a minute and a half of unfortunate plays from the side of Rev. And this Victor is dealing crazy damage now.
Yeah, I think GCC is definitely in a comfortable spot, being about 2k ahead.
Neffel is down here though. Polymorph goes down, and is it going to be a kill? Communist Sejuani is getting chunked out, and Spirit Tracks is going to pick up another kill. This is going to be Ocean Drag for the side of GCC. Neffel does have TP to get back into the top lane to deal with the Set, who he's currently a level up on. Does opt to pull him in. I am a little concerned with how Set has been going into the Ornn. Ornn is definitely showing more usefulness now. Down only 300 gold, so not bad. I think Ornn is getting the better of Set though as this game continues to go on.
Yeah, good roam from Neffel to go down there, and then he can just TP back. I think that top gank really helped him out to win the matchup.
Now, Mr. Nice Guy did drop ult there and chose for Hourglass. Communist Sejuani is hovering around though. Again, big knockup on Ornn. Set is going to follow the flash with his own flash, and he's going to pick up a kill on Neffel. Mr. Nice Guy is in a tough spot here. He does have the speed ups though. I think he's gonna get away from that one. Slim margins. Communist Sejuani in a tough spot here. Oh my goodness, what a ult from the Nyla. Big knockups though. J4 ult does go down, but this is gonna be a sweep for the side of GCC. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a triple kill for Spirit Tracks. This is not how you want to take these fights.
Yeah, they got the 3-man ults, but the Donut and Spirit both had their mythics completed, and they didn't on the side of Rev. So
I don't know if Sadist had exhaust up when that fight began, or if it came up after he died. Potential misplay if he had exhaust up and couldn't get it onto Spirit Tracks. It's really unlucky.
I think they still lose the fight anyway. Spirit Tracks still has flash at the end of it, but a bit of a money diff.
Yeah, it's not looking good for our heroes right now. Neffel is in the area though to stop Kim Hodgen's recall. And it looks like they're both gonna be okay. Neffel getting a little greedy here. Mr. Nice Guy is here. Not gonna be able to get the bombs onto Neffel. Lulu is there as well. Yeah, GCC are firmly in the driver's side. They've gone ahead and rotated Stormblade down to the bot lane to contend with Rev's bot. And there's is mid trying to look to get as much pressure on that mid tower as they can. So we're past the 15-minute mark and firmly into mid game. Sivir is fully online and doing crazy damage. Path for Red. Never mind. Nocturne ult into the bot lane. It's going to be huge. They are going to get Zippy first, looking for more. There's no tower there for the side of Rev, and it's going to be a double kill for Stormblade.
Yes. Quickly getting out of hand for Rev now. They let the scaling comp get a pretty nice gold lead.
Yeah, and Sivir is just showing a lot of damage here. Firmly online. Cole is complete. Is there an avenue for Rev to get back into this game? I think they have to look for good picks. I think the side of GCC is just they are roaming and grouping too well right now.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard. Like I said, unless they get picks, but it's still hard with Nocturne.
Oh my god! How is that even allowed? Lulu ulti does go onto Spirit Tracks looking for more. Bounces aren't going to be enough to claim the rocket just yet. Set is here as well. The ulti does land on Spirit Tracks. Oh, Shutdown goes onto Communist Sejuani. Stormblade is here as well, looking to try and pick up the kill. Not quite enough damage, but Spirit Tracks is dealing ridiculous damage right now, just in the middle of 3 members of Rev, kiting around really well, managing to pick up a kill there.
Yeah, the shutdown ends up going onto the Jarvan, which isn't exactly what you want, but a shutdown is still a shutdown, so you'll take that.
At this point, Rev will take any amount of extra gold that they can get into their pockets. Sadist does need to be careful here. Stormblade is huge, and we're actually going to see Neffel taking Gromp. This is how bad things are getting out of hand for the side of Rev. Kim Hodgen is here. Neffel is going to be able to get out, though, with the Blast Cone. Their jungle is gone, and Jesus. That's the victor. Oh, I think the side of Rev need to look to ban Sivir and Victor for game 2.
I think it'll still be hard. I think Rev's only chance is maybe wait for like 2 items and hopefully just hit all 5 of them with everything all at once, and even then I think it's still a little rough.
Both sides posturing for the Hextech drag. Nocturne ulti is going to go onto the Soraka. Zillion ulti does go on it. Kim Hodgen does is going to pay for it with his life, and this is going to be another wipe for the side of GCC. Double kill going to Stormblade. Hextech drag secured. and it is too early for them to even look for Baron. They're going to be content to push down mid. That is a clean ace onto Rev for the side of GCC.
Yeah, I don't really like them looking for that dragon.
I think you have
I
to
don't
give.
think that- yeah, I think you just give unless their read is that. I mean, they're just gonna lose the game anyway, so might as well make an attempt. But I think they had no shot really of contesting it.
Yes, this game started out pretty even keel for the side of Rev. They were making good plays for the first couple minutes. Backup is going to land. Kim Hajin is looking to get onto anybody at this point, but the kiting from the side of Stormblade and Spirit Tracks is just too much. Stormblade just went godlike, and this is going to be more kills for the side of GCC. Raka is running for her life, and pretty dire straits for the side of Rev right now.
Yeah, that was a 4v5 that GCC won without even dropping a person. So I think it's just a matter of time.
And I mean, it only gets worse for the side of Rev as this game goes on. I mean, Ornn doesn't even have Ornn items yet. There are no Ornn ornaments yet, even for the side of GCC, and Rev is looking at bounties on Donut, Stormblade, and Spirit Tracks.
Yeah, that's probably their only way to get back in, is if there's a gross misplay from GCC and they're able to get both of Storm and Spirit's shutdowns onto Nyla.
I just don't think Rev has any form of CC to try and lock down Stormblade for any meaningful amount of time to try and even look for a pick, and Stormblade just doesn't play in a way to get himself picked off anyways. I mean, he's going into Kim Hajin right now and it is just melting him. Kim Hajin is gonna ult him and it's just gonna be another kill. He got absolutely popped.
Yeah, I don't even think he hit his W there. Yeah, kind of impressive.
Nubity is going to get caught out here. He does land the ulti on himself and lives. This is not how you want to fight it at all. Ugh. Spirit Tracks is currently dominating, and they... Communist Sejuani is out for now, but GCC is on the trail. Gonna be a double kill for Spirit Tracks, looking for more. Triple kill, and this is gonna be Baron for GCC.
Yeah, it's a respectable look, but they're way too far behind.
It was a good look onto Nubity there, but just they don't have the damage at all.
Yeah, GCC's just gonna get Baron and probably close out the game, I imagine. Hopefully they close it. I imagine they close it out within the next 2 minutes.
Probably, if Rev continues to look for the desperation plays. And Kim Hajin is going to get picked off yet again by Stormblade. Not anything that they can do there. Communist Sejuani is looking, but this is not what you want unless you want to go to the next game already. Oh my god, already half health. It doesn't matter that Rock is there. Donut is there on the flank as well. Nyla does show up as well, but it's gonna be too little too late. Zillion ulti does go down. Stormblade is dishing out a ridiculous amount of damage even through the Soraka heals, and there's just no follow-up from the side of Rev. This game is in its death throes.
Yeah, I imagine they will just look to end on this push.
Double inhibs are gonna go down here for sure, especially with Baron empowered minions. And if there's going to be a time for a stand, it's going to be now, but this is going to be game more than likely. Donut is actually going to get shut down there by the Mr. Nice Guy as the other members of GCC continue to push down towers, and Stormblade is continuing to look with poke. Spirit Tracks doing respectful damage onto these towers. Kim Hajin elects to ult in, looking for the pick on Spirit Tracks. That is not going to work out for you, my guy. Game 1 goes to GCC.
Yeah, I think Man, I don't know. Lulu Polymorph is really annoying, but the early game looked pretty decent from Rev. And it all just kind of fell apart after, I believe, a few bot plays.
Just a couple of unfortunate plays in the bot lane. Kim Hodgin went down a couple of kills as well early in top lane. And from there, the game just kind of spiraled out of control for our heroes. Perfect game for Stormblade. Perfect game for Nubity. Um, can we see damage charts real quick?
It was a
I
lot.
just I just need to see. Uh, it
I believe
is.
I believe it was something like Silver had 54k and Victor had 41.
Oh, there it
No,
is.
it was 41 and 34. Whoops.
Yeah. Yikes.
Still, we see on the side of Rev that Set had the most damage at 14,000, only 1k more than the Ornn. It was rough.
Pretty rough game. Rev are gonna look to try and turn things around in game 2. Hopefully, trying to get rid of some of these. I'd personally like to just see Victor, Sivir, Lulu gone in the first phase of banning. But if it is all the same to you, Piano, can we look for a quick break here? All right, awesome. Thank you. Be right back. Are we live or are we not live?
Oh.
All right, we're doing it live. Welcome back. It is all me currently on the screen for you guys. We are back, week 4, game 2 of GCC versus Rev. GCC came out swinging pretty hard in that first game and are currently leading the series 1-0. Salman Khan. Thoughts on Rev getting back into the series? Maybe more of a front to back comp? Thoughts?
I think it's kind of hard. Maybe you just look for some cheese because I think if you just do front to back, I don't think you're going to be out GCC front to back. Maybe look for a bit more early game stuff to maybe get themselves a lead to snowball with, but I think it's going to be a little hard.
It's going to be pretty hard as um, Zippy is continuing to get all the support bans. And we're actually going to see Rev opt for Sivir B1 this time. And GCC are going to keep it pretty much the same with Zaya and Lulu yet again.
Rev also had all these same bans as last time.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. If you're only going to play set top, I don't really think you need to look for the Trundle ban.
I think the Trundle ban is fine, but they're opting into letting him have Lulu and Belfast. Oh, okay. I think the game's gonna be a little hard to play with against Lulu, but
Maybe they have a different support lined up this time. Something that can maybe deal with it a little bit more.
I will say
Pretty
I
hard to
kind of
tell.
I like Sivir a bit more than Nyla. I think it could just play out the lane a lot easier, especially
Right.
against Xayah Lulu. I think she'll have generally a fine time against them. Not sure where that Swain's gonna go though. I'm not sure if
A little
Mr.
bit of
Nice
a
Guy
flex
plays it.
pick.
Yep, could be flexing it.
Talia.
Okay. I do know Donut is a Talia enjoyer.
Most definitely that is not going to be Stormblade's cup of tea. Actually going to see the set ban.
Okay.
Not bad.
I'm curious to see if they'll end up picking Ornn again and what the answer will be for Rev without the set, even though it didn't really end up panning out as a counter pick. And I'm also curious to see who they GCC will end up giving the counter pick to if it will end up being Neffel or Storm.
You think Kim Hodgin just played the set 2 aggro game 1?
I'm not quite sure. I mean, I thought he won lane. I think if he had that second kill on Ornn that got turned around from Stormblade and Donut, it might have looked a little bit different, but maybe it's pretty even until he gets Bork at least. I mean, the game just kind of fell apart around them too quickly before he could even have a chance to redeem himself.
Hmm.
We do see the Ornn, so they are going to give the
Again.
counter pick to Storm. Definitely curious to see what Kim Hajima will play. I would like to see maybe Gwen. I think Gwen would be pretty good, and I believe she beats Ornn. I'm not sure if he plays it or really how it is at this exact moment. Renekton, huh?
I don't really know how Renekton does into Ornn. I kind of wanted to see an Alawi.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I thought the Renekton loses that lane, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure if it would do any better than the set, honestly, but I guess we'll have to see how he plays it out.
All right, for the side of Rev, they are finished picking. It's going to be Sivir, Belith, Swain, Renekton, Lux to GCC's Zaya, Lulu, Talia, Ornn, and we are waiting on final pick for Mr. Stormblade, which is going to be a classic. We are going to see LeBlanc. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Rev can still flex their Swain and Lux to either support or mid. So I got a pretty smart draft.
Right, and if you are just joining us right now for game 2, GCC currently leads the series 1-0. Star mid laner for the side of Rev, Mr. Nightmare Seda, is currently out. His power went out. There's an emergency sub. That would be the Mr. Nice Guy. And we are going to wait to get into draft as Mr. Zippy is not ready. I still am leaning towards the side of GCC's comp.
Yeah, it's still pretty standard, high damage, front to back. Rev has they don't really have much cohesion for their comp. Maybe it's just comfort picks.
I don't know. They're trying a lot out here. It seems to try and create a little bit of momentum. We're gonna get a little more clarity as we do go ahead and move into actual draft.
I think I would rather want to see the Lux bot. I I don't really think Lux would fare too well against LeBlanc, and perhaps Swain would have a little bit better of a time.
Be pretty tanky in the mid lane. Be pretty solid. He played solid enough into Stormblade game 1. Stormblade did roam a lot, managed to pick up a lot of kills, had a 10 stack Dark Seal, so he was just doing uber damage. Not a whole lot that the Mr. Nice Guy could do on the Zillion game 1. Donut does hover in the Ivern for just a second, just to remind us that he did play that for first 2 seasons, or was season 2 when Donut started to morph into the player we know him as today.
I believe season 2 is just perma banned against him, but we do see the Lux being picked up for mid lane.
I don't like it.
I think I understand that it should be when LeBlanc jumps in, you can just throw your QE at her since she jumps in, but I kind of think it would just Lux would have been a little bit better in the bot lane to poke him out. But I suppose that just wasn't the read.
Yeah, I think Swain can be a pretty good pick into the Lulu. I I just want to see someone knock nobody off this Lulu pick.
It is a bit of a busted champ.
Yo, what is up, young trendsetter in the chat? How are we doing tonight? I don't know. I guess we just need to see how this bot lane looks for Rev. I like the more traditional ADC. I
Oh,
think
that
Sadis can farm pretty well with it, and nobody messed up draft and took the Olaf. That is illegal, sir. So we're gonna start this process all over again.
nice. More time to talk about the draft.
Uh, I'm I'm fine with just talking about it more, unless you just really want to go to break con.
Doesn't matter.
I think we're fine just BSing. I mean, we had to BS our way through that power outage earlier. I think we can get through a little extra draft time. Um, I'm kind of torn on Kim Hodgin playing the Renekton into Ornn. I
Mhm.
I don't know how viable getting kills on Ornn are going to be, but I'm also not really familiar with the matchup. I haven't seen a whole lot of Renekton recently.
I just think after seeing the last game, I don't think he'll be able to get a big enough lead for it to really matter, and Ornn will just be able to outscale Renekton later anyway. And I, I mean, against Talia, I think it's gonna be pretty hard, honestly, for Renekton to be able to play the game,
Right.
unless he's trying to just be a frontline. But
Even then, I think there are better picks for frontline. They have to have something else in mind for the Renekton pick.
right,
Mm. Also, I'm curious to know your thoughts on the Belvith jungle pick as well. Um, I I just don't see the Renekton and the Belvith providing enough damage for the side of Rev to be able to look at these team fights. But on the other hand, I don't really think Rev should be looking for team fights at all. I think they should be trying to look for picks, and I think looking for picks on any of the members of GCC is going to be really hard for the side of Rev. They have a lot of escape on the side of GCC, a lot of disengage to get themselves out of any hairy situations.
right. I think I still haven't really seen enough Belveth to really uh understand her completely, but I guess it kind of depends on which build she ends up going. If it's the more I've seen the tankier one and the not so tanky one. So I do know she can get a little bit out of hand if she starts getting ahead. I will agree with you though that it does kind of look like they would want to go for picks a little bit more instead of team fighting. But I think after we saw last game, I don't know. Maybe they just go for team fighting again anyway.
Yeah, if you had to twist my arm and ask me who I thought won draft, I'd have to lean towards the side of GCC. I think they are the top team in the league currently, pending how GCA looks tonight with the return of Wyke Wazowski back to the mid lane for GCA. Um, just
Reigning
seeing,
champs,
I'm sorry,
reigning champ GCA team.
right? I think GCC is just showing really solid fundamentals. They're drafting really well right now. They're playing early mid games very well, and their team fighting has looked on point as well. The deck is stacked against Rev.
Right. I mean they probably have some of the strongest laners in all three lane at least. Uh, so they end up getting pretty far ahead in just lane itself, and then you just have Donut playing tanks or facilitators. which this time he is not, but they're just showing their versatility.
Well, I mean, he did his job game 1. He did trundle duty all games last week. So he gets, at least for this week, he gets a pass in Stormblade's eyes. He gets to flex a little bit of different flavor for all of our viewing enjoyment. And we get to see the Talia for this game, which he actually, well, you were in that game. He played a game of Talia with us earlier in the week, I believe.
I'm not sure if that was him, but I do know definitely I've seen him play a lot of Talia, so I do know he is a bit of a Talia enjoyer.
All right, as we are 30 minutes removed from getting out of our Riot jail time,
Well, 30 minutes is a long time.
excuse me, I'm extremely tired. 30 seconds. We are 30 seconds. Young Trendsetter is such a sweetheart.
He is. He is. I am curious to see how the bot lanes ended up playing out because I definitely thought they'd play a little bit safer last game, and this game arguably it should look even safer without Danyla, but I was definitely proven wrong last game. Every lane kind of just fought.
Yeah,
So,
there was a lot of skirmishing going on last game. I think Rev maybe pulls it back this game, play a little bit more conservatively, but even then, I think that's just going to lead to a death by 1,000 cuts because I think the mid lane and bot lane for the side of GCC just farm too well.
yep.
And they're just going to punish you if you look to play that style.
Yeah, I think they're almost comparable to, I guess you could say, like TL or something, where I mean they sit there, they farm lane, they farm well, so like even if they sit back, they're just gonna farm better. Probably set up tower dives, and then just get gold leads by being better.
Rev are going to look for a little bit of invade here. A little bit of a miscommunication. They are going to go through the bot side now. Nubity is in the area. They are going to look to set up in bottom river bush. There are no wards down. They're moving as 5. Nubity is in the bush. I'm pretty sure he could see them.
I don't think he could see him if they hug the wall. Pretty sure he couldn't see them. I don't think they're spotted here. They could wrap around, but I don't think they know that they're sitting there. Oh,
Stormblade is gonna back, and
do they face
Spirit
check
Tracks? Oh no, but
no.
Rev's got the backs going as well. Zippy's gonna venture forward here.
Looks like they're gonna just steal the buff.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be happy just to take it. Looks like Donut is opting to start with his red anyways. And they did get a ward down on the red, so they are gonna see that it is not being taken. They're gonna get a pretty good idea that their blue is gone.
Well, they're gonna have a 50-50 on whether if he's starting his blue or he's taking that. I mean, they could be assuming that he might just be starting blue.
Yeah, it depends on how Zippy walks here. If he just walks straight to lane, maybe they get a good idea.
Yeah.
I think Belvith should have continued taking the rest of that blue side jungle.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely know now 100%. So, Kim Haja did put a blue ward down, or a word on the blue, so he should be able to spot Donut going for the blue. So unless they're gonna contest, it's gonna end up being bad for the Belveth for not taking at least a Gromp.
Yeah, she's gonna be down in tempo for sure, as Mr. Nice Guy is getting absolutely chunked out by the LeBlanc. Renekton doing some pretty consistent damage on Ornn. That is going to be a big root onto Zippy, forced to flash out here. Sadist is trying to put out as much damage as possible, but Zaya is doing way too much damage and is going to secure another first blood for Spirit Tracks. They are looking to contest here on the blue. Stormblade is there. Mr. Nice Guy is there as well. That's going to be another kill for Spirit Tracks. Bot lane not going the way Rev needs to be playing it so far.
Yeah, bot's not going the way, top's not going the way. GCC already getting out to a nice lead.
Yeah, this is
Oh no.
not. Stormblade is here as well. The Communist Sejuani's in a bad spot here, and that's
no
gonna be
flash.
another kill.
Yeah.
Stormblade is screaming into his mic, "You give that to me, Donut."
Yeah, Belveth definitely should have probably just tried to full clear Donut's blue side there. Definitely a misplay.
Another potential misplay here, as we do see the Belveth pick up a dagger, potentially going into a Noon Quiver build. I think you get picked off that quickly. You look for the as Kim Hajin is going to get picked off here as well. I think you need to look for a Sunfire item.
Well, I believe he's going. They should be going Bork first. I believe it's Bork first, and then you go Sunfire. Hopefully it's a Bork. If it's a New Quiver, I might cry.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty rough. Zippy getting some good damage down onto Spirit Tracks, who is 2-0, and opted to pick up a Cole on that back. Another good pull there. Not quite having the damage. Lulu is chunking out Sadist here. Polymorph does go down. They continue to look to kite it out. Another big pull going on. Ignite does go down. It's going to be enough damage, and Sadist does get the shutdown. Donut is in the mid lane as well. Chains are down. It's going to be a kill. Another kill going on to Donut.
I think if Nubity gets the heal off on Spirit, he's able to at least pick up a kill there. Spirit is stepping a little bit too far forward, and REV is able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, definitely seeing a lot more aggression out of Spirit Tracks. He's definitely more pretty comfortable on that champion. Staying a little too long here in the bot lane for REV. Donut is here as well. This could be another potential disaster. He does have flash, and he does use it, and they do pick up. Zippy is going to get away for now. Oh no, Donut does pick him up, but Belveth is here as well. Looking for more. Nubity is really low. Not a whole lot Sadist can do here in this situation, though, to help out the Belveth, as he is really chunked out and low on mana.
That was pretty greedy from Donut. I believe he maybe thought his W would just kill the Swain, and he shot his Q at the Sivir. Instead of just going for the Swain, he was trying to get both of them. Ended up costing him his life.
Yeah, he's definitely not gun shy. You can say that about Donut. A lot of aggression out of this series from him. Kim Hajin in a little bit of a pickle. Belveth is actually back in the bot lane, looking to pick up a kill here. Lux is here as well, but Spirit Tracks is just going to absolutely pop him, looking for more. Mr. Nice Guy is actually going to pick up the kill on Spirit Tracks there and save Sadist's life. Donut is here as well, so it's a really tough spot for REV yet again, as they continue to fight extensively in the early game. Polymorph does go down. Stormblade is over the edge there. Kim Hajin's going to pick up a kill here on Neffel. I don't know about that flash, buddy.
Weird. Wait, it almost looked like he flashed backwards. Oh, he tried to just flash and W through. Read through. Pretty decent roam from Mr. Nice Guy, though, going into the bot lane.
Yeah, you love to see it, as Stormblade absolutely pops Zippy. Belveth is here again. A lot of skirmishing going down. They're looking. A nice binding is going to go down. Not quite going to be able to look for more, as Spirit Tracks does show back up here. Oh no, that's going to be a kill. Barrier does go down, though. Very timely.
Pretty decent plays from REV to punish Donut being a little too aggressive.
Right. 2 deaths in less than 2 minutes in the bot lane, and REV have evened out the score a little bit. It's not looking as quite dire straits for them here. Orin ulti is going to go down on Kim Hajin. It is going to land. He does ult, though. He's still alive for now. Donut is here, though, as well. He's just all over the map. Kim Hajin in a tough spot. You can only hope to give it over to Neffel at this point, and not to the Talia. And it goes straight over to Donut.
Yeah, Donut's kind of has won the lane both games for Neffel. A little sad to see Kim Hadjin trying to put in the works as much as possible.
Right, building a pretty good CS lead and all for naught. Zippy is chunked out here. Communist Sejuani is bot lane yet again, looking for kills here, trying to set up a drag.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was really an angle. I think should have just went to the top side. You have camps up on the top side, and your top is kind of needing some assistance or wards at least.
Yeah, they are looking to start it up as Donut is on the top side of the map, but Communist Sejuani is so chunked out. They are going to get the pick here onto Stormbait, but he is going to trade Communist Sejuani though. She was just too low from starting up the drag. And this is going to be a drag going over to the side of GCC.
Ooh, actually. Wow.
the Lux steal.
Yeah, Donut no smite, so they timed the Silver Key with the Luxie, able to smite it away. Honestly, worth for Rev.
Yeah, Rev not going quietly into the night. You love to see it, making game 2 a lot more competitive. After it was, I believe, 5-1.
Yeah, they definitely brought it back a bit. Still down a little over 1K. Still have some work to do, but definitely not just rolling over.
Right, and CS is pretty even. Lux actually has a pretty good lead here and is actually gonna poke Stormblade out pretty well there. Looking for a play here onto Spirit Tracks. He is gonna be a nice flash. He does have ult. Sadis does flash as well, and is gonna pick up a kill onto Spirit Tracks, who's just playing really aggressively right now when he doesn't have Lulu sitting in his pocket. Zippy is looking for more onto Nubity. Stormblade is roaming down though. They need to be careful here. Donut is here as well. This is a really bad angle for them. Yeah, Donut's gonna slay Zippy. Nubity's getting pretty low, forced to ult there. It's gonna be another shutdown going to Donut. I think you just gotta be happy with getting that pick and getting out.
Yeah, it was a little sad to see. They were trying to just get the wave in and had a good roam. They didn't really ward up.
Right. Mr. Nice Guy is kind of showing out this game. 2-1 on the Lux with a drag steal, holding his own versus Stormblade, who has been looking for a lot of roams and is down a little bit of CS right now. Sitting at 2-1-3 though.
Lux is definitely putting in some work, and they're getting pretty decent CS leads for the mid and top.
Right, that's gonna be huge for trying to even out as much gold as possible.
They're setting up for top again.
Yeah, and he's in a bad spot. He doesn't quite have flash up yet. That's gonna be 3-man top. And what is the response? I don't think Belvath and Lux should go here. Nubity is there as well.
Yeah, they're way too late. Kim Hadjin definitely needs some help in this top lane. He's getting kind of bullied.
Yeah, he's getting bullied, and is Communist Sejuani and Mr. Nice Guy are just sitting in the bush right now, currently looking to steal yet another objective from Donut. Zippy and Sadistar getting tower plate gold though, so it's not bad.
I think they know. Yeah, they're gonna collapse on this.
Nubity is forced to flash out. Communist Sejuani looking to try and get the Rift Herald here. I don't know if she stays alive long enough. Probably gonna have to look for a smite, and Donut is actually gonna kill him. And Kim Hadjin is actually back here as well. Is gonna pick up a kill onto Ornn. Lulu has no flash, but she still does have the ulti, and it's not gonna quite be enough. But actually, Mr. Nice Guy is gonna pick up yet another kill. But Stormblade is running him down. Nice flash over the wall. Okay. Is it going to be enough? Zippy's here now. And he does get the ignite onto Stormblade. Is it going to be enough? It's not going to be enough damage. Stormblade's going to get away from that one. Donut's actually going to back and try bush.
I mean, did see Sadis win out on the trade against Spirit Tracks.
I'm definitely liking Sadis more on the Sivir, keeping up very well in CS. He's got a couple of kills under his belt as well. Oh, Stormblade, you can't
Ooh.
back right there, my guy.
Wow.
That's illegal.
Wait,
Shutdown
Swain
goes
is-
to
Swain ends
Zippy.
up getting that. Wow. Okay.
No
I mean,
assist for
he's
Lux.
backing at like tier 2 and still gets caught.
Was that just a lucky predict? They both threw their ultis right there.
I believe
They
so.
both threw map hacks.
Pretty impressive, I will say.
The league needs to investigate this game too.
I think we're definitely seeing Mr. Nice Guy step up this game and really putting in some work.
He's definitely looking a lot more comfortable game too. Shout out to him for stepping in to sub for Rev at such short notice. Is definitely making this game a lot more competitive than it was last game.
Right. I think he looked pretty comfortable last game. I think it's just he
a better
has
pick.
right.
And they are going to look for a pick here onto Spirit Tracks, who does get the Lulu ulti, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be another kill. It's going to be a double kill, actually, for Sadis. They're still looking for more. Donut is forced to flash out here. Zippy is still alive. The Swain ulti is huge. Another shutdown going to Swain. They're looking for Stormblade here,
Wow.
and it's going to be another kill for the Lux, and that's going to be drag for the side of Rev.
Yeah, good play from Rev, able to pick out Spirit Tracks there, who I believe did not have his ult up, wasn't able to dodge out on the damage, and Rev is going to be very happy with that sequence of plays.
Yes, not only did they secure drag, but they dropped the Rift Herald mid and managed to pick up a tower as well.
Right, picked up a tower and almost picked up the second one too.
Now, Kim Harjin does have his Bork completed, so probably look to try and stay alive just a little bit longer. He has been winning a lot of these trades with Neffel. Just very unfortunate for him that he's been 3-manned twice in the top lane.
Right. I believe it's probably still be hard for Kim Hajin in the top lane. Orange should be completing some item soon. One of those items. But I mean, Orange is just gonna be happy just trading waves, honestly. He's even up the CS difference that was top,
Right.
and he's just gonna be happy with that.
I really like the way that Rev is keeping up really well in CS, and there's actually a CS lead in the mid lane. Looking for another pick onto the Lulu here. This Swain is playing dividends for the side of Rev this game. They are going to get Zippy on a killing spree here, looking for more, but Spirit Tracks is going to pick up the kill on the Belveth. They are really chunked out here. Donut is going to shut down Sadis, and Zippy's forced to run for his life. And it's going to be another shutdown going onto the Talia.
Yeah, a bit of an overstep. And a little bit of anti-synergy. They Swain pulled while the Belveth shot her W out. Wasn't able to kill the Lulu in time.
Neffel is going to flash in here. Kim Hajin does ult, and he is actually going to pick up the kill here, but Donut is here as well. I believe he ulted into the top lane there. Or no, he just walked up. He just walked up. I couldn't quite see.
He might die. No, he's gonna get away with the barrier.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is close. The Belveth is
Stormblade
here.
in a bit of trouble. And that's going to be another kill going onto the Belveth.
Yep. And we saw Kim Hajin get ganked again, but this time he is able to trade it. So he'll take that over just getting 3-man to dying again, and we do see Stormblade overextending a bit so that Belveth is able to pick up another kill.
And he's been roaming a lot this game and is down a considerable amount of CS. Meanwhile, Lux sitting at 4-1-3 with a 400 gold bounty on her head for her troubles.
And she's gonna get a tower here.
Yes, good gaming from Rev. They are up 2 dragons as well. I really like this game too a lot more out from the side of Rev. They seem a lot more comfortable. For the most part, they've been on the same page. Kim Hajin is currently crying in the club though with how many times he's been 3-manned over this series. But the Renekton is working out. Even if he has unfortunately died a few times for it. Keeping up with the Ornn, does have the Bork completed as well, just trying to keep this tower alive as much as possible. Honestly, Ornn could go up and smack it at this point and take it.
Yeah, we do see him with a Dirk, which I'm not sure if he's going Eclipse. Which if he is going to be very squishy. Which might tell me that he might just not group and just look to split push. Because being not tanky against that team comp, like against Xayah and LeBlanc, he'll probably just end up getting one shot.
Split push is fine. I think the side of REV has been holding up fairly well this game so far on their own without the Renekton. So I think that'd be fine. As we do see KimHajin, Neffel just does miss the knockup. This is going to be KimHajin favored. Ornn ulti does go wide. Polymorph does go down. Shutdown. Lux Shutdown does go onto Spirit Tracks. That is really not where you want the gold to be going. A little bit of a misplay there from Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah, that was not good. Not good at all.
Yeah, the Lulu Polymorph, very interactive gameplay.
Yeah, I think if they want KimHajin to split push, they're definitely gonna need to throw down a few more wards for him, give him at least a chance to get out while he's trying to split push. Because I don't think they've done a good job at protecting him.
No, playing limited resources. Neffel is chunked out here. I think KimHajin can look for a trade. They know that Donut is bot side, looking for drag. This could be a kill for KimHajin, depending on how Neffel plays this. Everfrost does go down. Stormblade is going to absolutely nuke Communist Sejuani. Swain ulti is popped, followed by Hourglass. Zadis is really low on mana here. I don't know how much more follow-up REV can look for. He's clearing out the mid wave very well. The side of GCC are looking to back. Stormblade is still on the prowl, so REV is going to have to be careful here. KimHajin opting for the tower dive. Neffel is 1 HP. Does not have the wave to continue the tower dive though. REV opts to not pursue the drag. GCC is back out on the map now though.
Yeah, I think that showed the problem of REV's comp, that they don't really have anybody to face check. And I mean, we kind of saw like just Swain and Belveth just kind of run in there and just die. But
oh, that's going to be a huge pick on Anubity, and that's going to be a successful tower dive for KimHajin. Barrier does go down. Mr. Nice Guy is out for now. Spirit Tracks is on the prowl and is going to pick up another kill. Zippy forced to flash over the wall. Communist Sejuani is getting run down. Stormblade is here now as well. Picks up the kill on Zippy, and that's going to be a Hex Tech drag for the side of GCC.
Yeah, it really gets flash from Spirit Tracks to flash over the Lux Q, and that's a pretty decent flash to go over. KimHajin does get the top tower, so at least they can trade something on the map.
Now it looks like we are going to see a Moon Quiver for the Belveth. I don't like it.
They give the blue buff to Sivir, which I guess is fine since her spell shield doesn't give her mana anymore.
Prowler's Claw for Renekton.
Okay. Yeah, definitely just going for split push and the 1v1.
There's also a 20 stack Magi's on Donut. A huge root from Spirit Tracks, dishing out tons of damage. This is a 2v4 that GCC is winning. Ugh.
I mean, like I said, they have nobody really step up to do anything. So I mean, unless Lux hits a binding or Swain hits a E, then it's really hard for them to start anything.
Right, and we see KimHajin actually opting to go for the bot lane now. Neffel does get top tower. Only tier 1 left for the side of REV is going to be this mid, which they are playing for currently. Zippy in a tough spot here. Is going to be able to get away from the Lulu. Mr. Nice Guy is really chunked here. LeBlanc not quite having just enough damage yet to pick him off. four stack Magi's. Sadist looking for Spirit Tracks here, and it's not going to work out for him. Zippy is got the ult popped, but is going to get popped for his troubles by Donut. Now sitting on a 24 stack Magi's with a Rabadon at 11 and 3. This is a Baron angle.
Yeah, it's kind of all falling apart for Rev now. Velvez did get a Bork, and I am sad to say it might look like she's going for a Noon Quiver now, which would be a tragedy, because already she's kind of not able to do much. She's getting one shot.
Donut is chunked out
like
here,
this.
but yeah,
She's not able to survive anything.
not at all. Kim Hodgin is here trying to make the hero play, but Spirit Tracks is so fed, and there's so much lockdown on the side of GCC that's not even going to matter. That's going to be... GCC is rather chunked out here. I don't think they can start up the Baron. Sadist is back on the map. Mr. Nice Guy is really healthy right now as well. Spirit Tracks does have ulti back up. Shutdown's gonna go onto Lux actually. Donut is here as well. Rev just needs to back up a little bit now. And oh, Mr. Nice Guy is not gonna be able to get away from Donut. Nobody on 1 HP is actually gonna get killed by the Winions.
Yeah, Spirit Tracks steps too far forward a little bit there, and ends up dying for it. Oh, goodbye. Donuts.
Sweet dreams.
Now the super fed member getting to show off that he's not just a Trundle player.
I think we all knew he wasn't just a Trundle player. I think Stormblade just wasn't convinced.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this game I would have liked to see Kamishin at Sejuani on the J4 again, or Sejuani or something, because now they're lacking any kind of engage, so they kind of just walk around and, like I said, hope they hit a Binding or a Swing Claw.
I mean, it's worked out well enough for them, but it isn't winning the game for them, right?
Right. Because I mean, it's only when they hit those abilities, and when they don't, then like when they have to walk into them, then they just kind of. I mean, we saw what happened to Belveth and Renekton right there, that they can't do anything.
Right. It gets really hard real quick for Rev. Kim Hodgin looking for a flank here on Spirit Tracks. They do not want that. Zippy is out of position here as well. Horn ulti is going down. Donut is riding the wall in. And Rev is... Zippy's actually got a flank here. Renekton ulti does land. Good route from Lux there onto the Horn. Donut is now godlike. And Spirit Tracks is slain from Kim Hodgin. And this is a really messy team fight from the side of Rev. I think that's going to be Baron for the side of GCC.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Yeah, I think the comp diff is just kind of showing now.
Yeah, Stormblade is quite fed now as well. Spirit Tracks has got a bounty on his head for the 7th time this game. And that is going to be Baron for the side of GCC. I'm going to try and look to push this, try and accelerate this to game end. I think it's fine if you opt in for the Renekton and the Belveth, right? But I think you just need to change the build on the Belveth. I think it's fine if you go Bork, but I think when you're this far behind, you just need to look for the other build.
That could help, but I mean, like I said, they have no way to start a fight.
And Donut is going to secure that drag. Mr. Nice Guy is over. Why did you flash the wall, my guy?
I'll say misclick.
Misinput. Happens to all of us.
I was just throwing out the Lux combo and accidentally flashed over.
Right, there's going to be a second Hextech drag for the side of GCC. Stormblade is getting relatively chunked out here. Zippy, on the other hand, just got deleted.
Can't just walk into a fed Talia.
right, and goodbye, Sadist. Same mistake. It's going to be bot tower for the side of GCC. Continuing the Baron push in the mid lane as well. Spirit Tracks just takes tower. There is nothing Kemhagen can do in this situation at all. With the Merc Treads, Hex Drinker, Lux ulti, not going to matter. Good night. I think Rev is going to look for the end here. Excuse me, GCC is going to look for the end here. Do have Baron waves pushing in, and not a whole lot of answers on the side of Rev as to how to deal with it. Polymorph does go down. Neffel is all the way in. Spirit Tracks is on a rampage, and it is up to Zippy now and Kemhagen. Kemhagen is going to get absolutely deleted, and this game is going to be over. GCC is going to claim the series 2-0 as they continue to look for Zippy here. Good shutdown goes on to Zippy there. Stormblade is not going to get claimed by God Tower. It is all up to Zippy and the Mr. Nice Guy, and there's not enough damage there. GCC sweeps Rev 2-0.
That's it. GCC with some pretty clean games. Rev definitely game 2 showing signs of life in the early game to make it a little bit more competitive.
Yeah, and I think when you look, obviously GCC were pretty dominant throughout all 3 phases of the game, especially looking back. Rev did show signs of life early game 1. That got quickly snuffed out as the game snowballed out of control. It was looking pretty similar at the start of game 2 with GCC jumping out to a 5-1 lead. Rev definitely a lot more competitive in game 2, but the Talia was just too fed. Stormblade on LeBlanc is too big of a difference maker, and Spirit Tracks on the Xayah, absolutely nuts.
Yeah, nothing really new there. We knew he was pretty insane on the Xayah.
I believe it's his favorite ADC. Feel free to correct me though, Spirit Tracks.
I believe it is as well. Definitely seen Donut showing why he enjoys Talia. Loss of damage, one-shotting people.
Sivir, okay, respectable. Pretty crazy playmaking though on the Xayah. I liked it. I for one like seeing you be more aggressive on ADC Spirit. So watching you play Xayah is a treat, honestly. But that's gonna just about do it for us as GCC do take the series 2-0. I do not know if there are casters set up to catch a potential game. Do we know if RMC GCA are underway? Looks like they are in game 1 potentially right now. I believe Toasty Boy is signed up to maybe cast that game. I don't know. I think that's gonna just about do it for us. Salman Khan, do you have any closing thoughts?
No, I think GCC just played a clean game, and Rev showing that they shouldn't be taken lightly. That they definitely can get leads in the early game and
Right. And
potentially snowball.
I mean honestly, I think it's pretty unanimous that GCC is the top team right now. To come back from that game 1 and play the way that they did game 2, I think is pretty commendable on the side of Rev. I wouldn't be too downtrodden about it. Also, shout out to the Mr. Nice Guy for stepping up for Nightmare Seta, who unfortunately had to deal with a unlucky power outage and was not able to play tonight. So, shout out to our sub pool community members. But that's going to do it for Solomon Khan and I. We are going to go ahead and sign out. We'll catch you guys next time. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.